So for today's culinary experiment, we're going to be making Red Lobster biscuit pizza. So Harlan and Hallie are playing because you can't keep a 7-month-old for the entire baking experience. But right now we've got the oven preheating at 425. I've got the biscuit mix put into the bowl, which I'm mixing up right now. So for this, we're using the Red Lobster biscuit packages. We get them at Costco, you can probably get them wherever, but they're pretty easy. So what you do is you mix in 1 ounce with 3/4 cup of water, a 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and then 1 of the pouches. Just stir it together until it starts to get a little firm. And then what I'm going to be doing that's going to be a little bit different than some of the other videos I've seen is I'm taking my raised pizza pan, which I greased so it wouldn't stick to it that much. I just used melted butter to grease it. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pour it on there, and normally you would bake this for 14 to 16 minutes, but I'm going to bake it for about 4 to 5 minutes so it'll start to get a little firm so I can mold it a little bit better. Then I'm going to take it out and we're going to use our pepperoni and mozzarella cheese to lay it out, but I'm also going to put on the garlic butter spread before I do that. So this comes with it. It's these little pouches. You use 1 pouch per container of the mix. And you mix it with a 1/4 cup of butter, which I'll melt in the microwave before we do it on there. And then I'll baste it over the pizza crust before putting on our sauce, which is just going to be red pasta sauce for this. And then we're going to use red pasta sauce, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni to make our own Red Lobster biscuit pizza. So, hope you enjoy. We'll get the baby out here to have a little bit of fun with it once we actually get the dough firm enough to work with. So, see you guys in a few. So, now we're done time-lapsing you guys. It's important to keep in mind that you want to leave a little bit of ring all the way around, which I'll push that back in, this around your pan, because otherwise whenever it starts to rise you'll end up with some of the dough is just going to come and fall off the pan, so you want to make sure you keep it in. Now this is going to be a lot thicker than a normal pizza crust, but that's what we're going for because this is a biscuit pizza. Remember to have some good coffee while you're eating, because 7-month-old baby keeps you up at night. Is it a playtime break? Yeah. Are we playing while everything's cooking in the oven? Yeah. Yeah. Say, Mom makes the best jungle gym. Yeah? Yeah. Harlan, did you beat Mom up? Did you beat Mom up? Are you stealing her blanket? All right, had our coffee, had our playtime break. Oven's preheated, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in for about 5 minutes, let it firm up before we put on the, hey Harlan, before we put on the sauce and the garlic rub and everything. See you guys then. So now we're gonna make our garlic sauce. Here's our butter here. And get a 1/2 tablespoon of butter. And then we're just gonna heat it up in the microwave until it gets nice and melted. Usually about 1 minute will do it. Obviously it depends on your microwave. Alright, now that the butter is nice and boiling, you should have put your oven mitt on because it's hot. I'm going to take this out. We're going to mix in our garlic packet. Good timing too, because about 2 minutes left before we pull the pizza out. Like I said, however long it takes to do your butter is whatever it takes for your own appliance. This one actually got done in about 45 seconds, but I went ahead and let it go for a minute to make sure it was fully boiled all the way through. We didn't have any little butter chunks. And all you're going to do is just mix it up real nice, get all that garlic mix in there. Make sure there's no chunks of it because it might taste a little awkward. And then this will be ready to pour on our crust. Whenever we pull it out here in about a minute or so. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Go ahead and pull out our crust so that we can start making it look more like a pizza. So as you can see here, why it's important to make sure you give yourself that extra space. I didn't give quite enough over here, so we almost went over. Saved by a little sliver. And over here, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push in the sides, make it a little bit higher. I'm going to push down the center, and then I'm going to put the garlic sauce all around. Then I'm going to put in our pasta sauce, then our cheese, then our pepperoni, and we're going to put it back in for 10 more minutes. And then we should have a fully baked biscuit pizza. What was that? What did you say? Now that we have our sauce on the pizza, you can see the garlic here mixed in with our pizza sauce all the way around the biscuit. It's pretty good so far. Time to put on the cheese and pepperoni. So now we have our cheese on the pizza. So like I said, you know, personal preference, but I like to do it so that you can still kind of see the sauce underneath the cheese, but it's like looking through a screen door. It's just a little bit opaque. But you never know, if you're a cheese lover, maybe you want to douse it all the way down. Totally up to you. Time for the pepperoni. And coffee. Always need coffee. So, back in college, when I worked at a pizza place, which I can't say because we don't get paid by anybody, I don't want to get in trouble on the channel, we would always start from the center and we would lay our pepperonis all the way around to where they were just barely touching, so it would fill the whole space. And then we would just leave a little bit of cheese in between. Because when we did it, which these pepperonis it may not work for, but when we did that, the pepperonis we used when you bake them would actually shrink just a little bit. So if you had them to where they were barely touching when you prepped it, by the time it got done baking in the giant industrial oven, the pepperonis would shrink and it wouldn't fill the entire pizza. So if you gave them too much space to start, what you would end up with is a pizza with a lot of empty space on it, and customers didn't really like that. They always thought they weren't getting their money's worth. Again, these aren't the same type of pepperoni we used at that store, so I don't know if it'll work, but it's worth a shot. Also, because I can cook it however I want now, I don't care that the pepperonis are touching the crust. Because at that store, you would get in trouble and they would make you take the pepperonis off or remake the pizza if any of the cheese or if the pepperoni or if the sauce touched the crust, because they wanted that crust to come out clean and make the pizza look like it does in the commercials. I don't care so much for crust, so I don't mind if my cheese and my pepperonis touch them. And it's just for the family, so who cares what it looks like, as long as it tastes good. Oop. All right. So now, this is what it looks like once we have all the pepperonis in it. So time to put it back in the oven for 10 more minutes. Let it fully cook. Harlan, Harlan, are we gonna eat some pizza when it comes out?
I don't have teeth for that, Dad.
Maybe just a little bit of the sauce. All right. Ooh, that looks good. Time to pull it out. All right, pizza's all done. Time to take it out. Make sure don't lean directly over. You'll dry your eyeballs out with the heat. Gotta let that wave of heat come off. Then you can come in and oh gosh, take it on out. Nice and hot. Look at that thing right there. A little bit thicker than your normal pizza. And it's got your the Red Lobster cheesy garlic biscuit as the crust. So super looking forward to it cooling down and us enjoying this tonight as a little appetizer while we're getting ready for a much healthier dinner, I promise. Maybe. Tick tock goes the clock, counting on the wall. Careful, baby. Don't be crazy, just don't fall.